Hi everyone. May I just know if you are able to hear me and see me? Maybe somebody, one of my students, if they can send me WhatsApp to confirm. I hope you can. The video is visible. I would just need a confirmation from somebody. Okay, good. Thank you, Shashank, for confirming. This is what I was just waiting for. So let me just put the presentation from the beginning mode. And can you also confirm, Shashank, or somebody else, if you can see the presentation as well? Okay. Okay, is presentation also visible? Okay, thank you, Anu, Gopa, Deepak, Dr. Sethi, Shashank. Okay, so first of all, thank you. Okay, so first of all, I'm very happy that finally we are doing this free webinar. Although after a gap of 2 months, because I was totally busy with my own classes that we take every Sunday, and I just wanted to give my 100% to all my students. No digressions, therefore, during that time. But now that we have covered in the class most of the syllabus, I thought it's better that I also come online for rest of the patent agent aspirants and maybe provide my insights into what to do in these 2 months. I think this 2 months is the most critical time, and today's video will stand the test of time not only for the existing this year's examination, or I mean the one that is scheduled for January 2024, but whenever there are any patent agent aspirant, whoever is preparing at any given point of time in any year, whenever there are 2 months left, that's the time that you need to most effectively use, right? And therefore, I thought I will prepare a kind of a time charter or a timetable for all of you. Because once you have a complete clarity on what to study on what day or in which month, then it becomes much easy to then catch the race and make sure that your studies are going well on time. So I have made an attempt. You may like to utilize it as it is, or you may want to change it depending on the level at which your preparation is. And with that intention is in mind, let us start with the video. So first of all, couple of housekeeping announcements. For the doubt clearing session, we won't do this on this YouTube video because I'm being told by somebody that videos have to be short enough. Otherwise, people don't have a good retention time. So we'll keep it not for more than 30 minutes or so. And if I can close it earlier, even better. So once this video is done, once this webinar is done, on your registered email IDs, a Cisco class link will be shared. Okay, this will be shared only to those people certainly who may have already registered. If you have not yet registered, you can see from the video description link. Um, I have already provided the link for the registration. You can do it even now. So around 11:20, 11:30, you will get the Cisco class link. So once we are done from here, from YouTube, we then shift ourselves to the class. And that is where any sort of doubts that you may have, you may please ask me there, and I'll be happy to support you in that. The last housekeeping announcement is that I will try my level best to do one free video every week, maybe every Saturday. So it's better that you subscribe to the channel. It's good for you. It is good for me also, because when I see a lot of subscriptions, certainly for any YouTuber, for any teacher, it's good to see that, like where we see so many people liking or subscribing. So you may do that, and it will help you also to get notified immediately. Okay, so first of all, before I show you the time planner, what I have thought for all of you, and I'm, by the way, presuming that you all know what patent agent examination is all about. It's a Government of India's exam, which is organized by the Indian Intellectual Property Office, which is part of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. which happens usually annually. And once you are registered, once you qualify and get yourself registered, then you are eligible to act as a patent agent, file and prosecute patent applications, and do lots of other things. So, but I'm not going into detail on all of that. I presume that you know what this video is all about. It's about preparing yourself for a patent agent exam. So first thing first is that you must start manifesting, right? What do I mean by manifesting? Meaning you should start thinking already that you have become a patent agent. Because when you start manifesting, then your senses also start behaving in a certain way and help you study for it better. And one of the best ways to manifest is to start writing, to make a planner, monthly planner, half monthly planner, and day wise planner on your copy, on your register, and then see to it every day. And by the end of the day, when you go for sleep, see how many ticks you have made, because that will give you a consistent reinforcement that whatever you wanted to complete in a certain day, have you completed it or not? And it will make sure that you are in line with your study routine. So please do manifest it. Please do write a time planner. I'm going to give you a time planner for 2 months, for 60 days. But for every day, you have to prepare yourself, because you would know what your activities throughout the day are, and at what time of a certain day you'll be able to sit for the studies. And the second important thing is that whoever are the second timers or third timers who are preparing for the upcoming exam and you were not able to clear it earlier, please file an RTI under the right to information. There is a link which is already provided. I'll put it in the video description also after this webinar ends. Please get your paper too. That will help you evaluate what may have gone wrong earlier. Why could you not secure the marks? And then get it checked by your mentor as to how you should be then writing in the upcoming exam. So filing an RTI, even yesterday I told to many of my known that this RTI is extremely important for you to get hold of your past year answer sheet. So and it's fairly a very easy job. It's a simple online link. It asks you to attach certain things, and that attachment has to be your earlier admit card, so that the patent office can ensure that whoever is asking for the question paper or the answer sheet is the right stakeholder. So please do that. And once you have it, you should then accordingly start also preparing for it. So here is the time planner. This time planner is for exactly 2 months. Okay. Your your exam date is 7th January 2024, and let's count those 60 days, and you have to be serious enough to follow this routine for these 60 days. So I have divided these 60 days for you into 30 days, which is further divided into 10 plus 2, 10 plus 20 days. Okay. Then after 30 days schedule is over, you then latch on to next 20 days schedule, and then next 5 days schedule, and then the last 5 days schedule. In the last 5 days, it's primarily your third set of revision, and also you need to chill and relax that time. But you need to really make good sort of efforts during these first 30 days, and then 20, and then 5. So let's see how does it look like. So let's imagine that 7th November starts today. And it's your 30 days have already started to tick in. So you need to divide this 30 days into 10 plus 20 first of all. In the first 10 days, which means from 7th November to 16th November, this is the most critical time that you must uh, reasonably invest in um, in paper 2 preparation, more so part C, because part C has two parts, which is C1 and C2. As we all know, C1 is the one that asks you to draft title, abstract, and set of 10 claims usually. It's of 20 marks. C2 is of 30 marks, which is the complete patent specification drafting, including your claims. So this 10 days, you should not ideally just focus on building your confidence for this portion of paper 2, which is part C of paper 2. In total, it's of 50 marks. It's a big chunk out of 100, right? Half of it. So once you build a confidence in drafting portion, then you will have much more confidence to then follow for paper 1, which is objective type, and then the descriptive part, which is in the part A and B of paper 2. So just these 10 days, totally immerse yourself in drafting. Now, there could be two steps to follow. First step would be certainly you need to learn the drafting techniques. In the class for the students, we've already done it. There is good amount of video recordings already created. You all know it. Those who do not know claim drafting techniques, please look for certain free videos if you have. Talk to your friends, your peers, your mentors, etc., and then learn the drafting techniques first, which includes what is an independent claim, dependent claim, what are the most essential features, how to identify them, how to identify additional features of your invention, what are the syntaxes and the semantics that you should be using, when to use A, when to use the, what should be the preamble, how the preamble should match. So all of that will come in your techniques of claim drafting. Once you have learned that technique in few hours or so, the basics at least, if you've done it, then your step 2 is to start drafting it finally. And in these 10 days, at least minimum 2 specifications you must read and practice every day. It is the minimum. You can have more specifications to be practiced for every day. 4, if you can do, that is the best. But even if I assume that you do 2 specifications reading, its critical analysis and drafting, then in these 10 days you would have completed almost 20 specifications, right? You don't have to worry about where to get the specifications from, because all the past year question papers have all the paper 2 published, which has all the specifications also published. You can simply pick those specifications which run from 1 page to 1.5 page. Usually in certain cases it might run into 2 pages. And while you're doing this drafting has to be for claim drafting as well as the patent specification drafting, both. Now, assume that right on the day 1, which is your 7th November, when you're starting all of this, and it is taking you around 45 minutes to not only read the spec, to critically analyze and then draft it. You must make sure that by the end of 10th day, you should be able to reduce this time period and bifurcate. So let's say it should not take you more than 20 minutes to draft claims. mm, And it should not take you, in fact, less than 20 minutes. Between 15 to 20 minutes, you should not take more than that to draft claims finally when you are sitting for the exam. So you have to practice it so much that you reach to this level from 45 to 20 minutes. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया इतना? उसके बाद patent specification drafting. It should also not take you more than 20 minutes, which includes your reading it very quickly and then writing it very fast. So of course, in today's modern life, we have stopped writing, and most of the students, they complain that their wrist starts, paining or fingers start paining. That's okay. For these two, it's only these 2 months that you have to do it, right? So please practice as much as writing, as much you can, and cleanly write it very clearly. Imagine yourself in the shoes of a examiner who is checking your paper. Certainly he or she would want to see the clean and clear paper, right? And not the one which is in which has so much of cutting and so much of deletion and etc. Those things should not be there. And you will be able to write with lot of confidence in the paper only if you have practiced these specifications to an extent that you don't end up cutting it during the exam time. So 10 days time, critical 10 days time only for part 2, specification and claim drafting. And this should be a benchmark that I have written in red in terms of where you should lead to after these 10 days. Acha. Then the 30 days is divided into first 10 days, which we have discussed what you should be doing. Now comes next 20 days of those 30 days. This is again most critical time period that you must utilize for now preparing for the theory paper. Like for first 10 days, we would have invested our energies into drafting paper. and next 20 days we will use for preparing ourselves for theory paper. Now, how you should do it? There are certain steps. Step one should be, now it doesn't matter whether you've been preparing it for past 2-3 months already, or you are now starting your preparation completely fresh. It doesn't matter, right? Whoever or whichever level you are at, you must definitely give a quick glance to all the past year question papers, especially from 2005 onwards. Um, in 2007 or post 2008, the whole pattern changed. But still, you must give a quick glance to all the question papers. Don't start practicing it yet. Just have a look at how and what has been the type of questions being asked. Hmm? You will know the psyche of the examiner, how that examiner is now giving you the questions, and then you will be able to focus your studies accordingly. जैसे suppose there is a question um, on infringement, है ना, कि where the examiner has asked you, okay, if you are infringing somebody's patent, what are the steps that you will follow? Now, certainly, infringement sections, which starts from 104 onwards, will be important for you. Equally important would be post-grant opposition and revocation sections for you. So this reading of the question paper gives you a critical evaluation of how the questions are drafted. And then in order to respond to them, what are the relevant sections or the kind of concepts you should be reading? Hmm? Then your step two should be, once you've done step one, which will take you around 2 days or 1.5 days, because it's just a quick glance. Your step two should be to now start from Form 1 to Form 30. Don't look any other thing in the BEAR Act or anywhere else. Just pick form by form. Pick up from Form 1 to Form 2, 3, 4 until Form 30. Every form is given in Schedule 1 of the Patent Act book, right? And every form on the top of it gives you its relevant sections and rules. So once you pick up the form, you have read what it is all about, and critically evaluate the forms also. Um, till the time it was, I mean, before 2023, it was not that important to critically review it. But in 2023 question paper, we saw that even from the forms, there were questions being asked. For example, there was a question on when will you submit the Biodiversity Authority's permission? That kind of a question or section or that concept is nowhere else in the entire BEAR Act book. It's only provided in the Form 1. So whoever did evaluation of Form 1 and knew what it is was able to give the answer. And I think it was for 2 marks or 3 marks question. So read all the forms and their respective rules and sections. If you cover Form 1 to Form 30, almost 70% of your syllabus gets covered in those. And then there are balance sort of concepts which are left, which should be your step 3. Sorry for the typo here, it should be step 3. So once you have done your step 1, your step 2 is over, then you read and revise the rest of the balance sort of concepts from the BEAR Act. For example, it could be about publication and examination. It could be about compulsory licensing. There are several concepts such as rights of co-owners, amendment of patent applications, surrender of patents, oppositions. Of course, some of these concepts you'll be able to cover anyway while you are performing your step 2, which is to go through Form 1 and Form 1 to Form 30. But whatever rest is left out, that you can cover after you have done it. There is one YouTube video, which is the link to which is already there in the video description. In that, all these important concepts have been covered, which you must definitely go through along with their relevant sections and rules. Okay. Also, one of the very important things that you must do is to do group study when you have landed in next 20 days of your first 30-day course preparation. And your group should ideally not be more than 3. Each person of the group should prepare one particular concept and teach to the other person in the group. So this way, if you are 3 of you, So one person, one concept per person. So 3 concepts you'll be able to cover in one single day. At least you'll be able to hear it from your peer, and then go back when you're doing your self study, then you can revise it. So please do it that way. Don't ever study this alone. It's very boring. And I keep continuously saying it, that even if you've attended the classes, when you do self study, it is rather better to also do group study. So that was your first 30-day schedule. And now we land to your next 20-day schedule, which starts from 7 December to 26 December. So your step 1 here should be to practice now every past year question paper in full, as if you are sitting for the real exam. तो जैसे आपने first 10 days में या next 20 days में you would have, sorry, in next 20 days or first 30 days, you would anyway reviewed those question papers. अब आपको क्या करना है? Now you have to sit and practice it. So let's say paper 1 takes 2.5 hours and paper 2 takes 3 hours to respond. Sit for that much time and attempt all past year question papers. You will then be able to see how much time actually you are taking while you're sitting at home in your comfort zone, in that ambience. If you are taking so much of time while being at home, imagine what will happen in the exam time when there would be completely new set of questions, right? So this practice is immensely important. So take this very seriously. Pick up the question papers from 2005 onwards. There are around 12 to 13 question papers, both paper 1 and paper 2. So it's good enough already sample question papers that you already have from the patent office's website. You don't have to really worry about, oh, I just search the internet, see who is selling those or not. Whatever is in your hands, please take that first of all. So these past year question papers is good enough. Sit for that and evaluate yourself. And then revise concepts alongside. For example, in one of the question paper, you were not able to respond to the answer and you got really confused. Then you can go back to the Bare Act and check what is the concept that is weak for you, and maybe see what could be the best sample answers from any book that you may have. So these are the list of all past year question papers you already know. In 2005, there used to be one paper only, and the one paper had both theory and drafting part. From 2000 onwards, it got divided into 2 sets, paper 1 and paper 2. And like in 2008, this exam happened twice in April and December. And then there were some misses in between. There were some gaps, like exam did not take place in 2019. But whatever you have from 2005 till 2023, lots of question papers are there. Please practice them and do not keep, मतलब इसको बिल्कुल fairly attempt करना है आपको. It should not be कि you have a book open and then you are attempting it. Anyway, so the next step in this next 20-day planner, which is your time between 7 December to 26 December, you should appear in all mock tests, whoever is providing it for you. Like at Triple IPF, India International Intellectual Property Forum, we already have 5 mock tests scheduled, and there are timings, one in the morning and the next we do in the second half. But wherever from you get the mock test, please attempt those. And just attempting the mock test is not enough. You should get it assessed, fully assessed also. Because आपने तो अपनी तरफ से एग्जाम कर दिया, but कौन बताएगा कि आपने क्या गलत किया और क्या सही किया? So to know whatever you have done wrong and correct, you need a mentor, and get your exam papers, mock test papers assessed by that mentor. Ask, where have I gone wrong? What could I have done better? So these mock tests therefore are very important that you must attempt. And then the next 5-day planner, which is your 27th to 31st December. So we are almost now approaching, let's say during this time, closer to the exam time. And in these 1.5 months or so, we would have already completed our theory paper and practice paper and all the important concepts, the case laws. So in this next 5 days, which is your 27th to 31st December, You should by now have ready flowcharts, revise all the fee structure. Don't start revising fee structure very early on because you might tend to forget it. But आपको generally एक broadly idea होना चाहिए कि for startups or SMEs the fee structure is 80% lesser than any of the legal entity which is to be paid by the body corporate. So that mota that bigger idea you must have when you have to pay the fee, when is it something that you can do free of cost, those big things that you must know already. But start revising the fee structure by heart during this time period of 5 days, which is 21st to 27 to 31st December. At so those students who are watching it, who are already the students of triple IPF, you already have ready reckoners with you. It has all flowcharts. Yesterday it has been divided into different topics. Please go ahead and start reviewing those flowcharts and reading it during this time, not now. And then it's your last 5 days, which is your 1st to 5th January, which should ideally be your last minute revisions in group, not alone. Chill and relax. And you should also do last minute any quizzes that you may get from somewhere. We've done in our classes a lot of quizzes which gives you a lot of clarity on where do you stand at this moment. But whatever are the number of quizzes, even now if you find somewhere, please go ahead with that. um, there is a free video which is there in the video description about the 2 months preparation only. Like for this 2 months, today we have discussed your time planner. In this video, the one that was done previously has some other content, but equally important a content which you must go through. And of course, just a very quick announcement for a crash course which has started. The registrations will start from 7th November. Hopefully, I think it has already been started. Those who want to be part of that, please go ahead and register yourself for the crash course. Yesterday, somebody called me, one of the medico doctor, and asked about whether and how much would this crash course be helpful, especially at this point of time and only 2 months are left. So, well, my answer to you would be that this dashboard that you will get has all the contents, all the relevant content. There are videos already uploaded, which have taken me almost several hours to prepare during Saturdays and then to deliver on Sunday, just so that we are up to date and the right content is delivered. So everything that you would need would be there on the dashboard, and of course, every week there'll be 1 hour, query resolution class also. So go ahead and see how best you can utilize the ocean of information or the pool of right information. This is how the dashboard looks like. The students who are already registered would already know. There are lots of video recorded lectures already there. There are a lot of tests. Mock tests are starting from 5th November already. There are also books and Viva Voce. Important case laws have been uploaded. There are book chapters which you can go through to understand certain concept. There is also a master guide to patent agent examination, which is now available from a new publisher, which is Weitzman Law House. Yesterday, I was just browsing it and I saw that the book is now available at 2 platforms, one at Amazon and at EBC Web Store. EBC Web Store is providing 20% discount and it says it's a festive discount. So I think it's a good choice for all of you. If you wish to buy any book, this book, you can get it from EBC Web Store or from Amazon, whichever you feel is good enough. And just to tell you, by the way, this is not at all a book advertisement, okay? Because it's a book which is sold by publisher. I have just authored it. As an author, we don't receive huge royalties. It is maybe 50 or 60 rupees per book. Rest of the amount, half of the book is taken by the cost is taken by Amazon, and then rest by publisher, and less than 10% of net sales price is what author gets. So please don't see this as any advertisement from my side for a book. It's simply because I've invested a lot of energy to help all of you, and if you wish, you can take help from this book. It's quite a comprehensive book. One important thing that I must tell you, there have been a lot of questions people keep asking me, and I must clarify it now. There is a what do you say, there is a proposed patent rules which got published few, I think 1.5 months ago. These are still the proposed rules. So follow the timelines which are as per the existing timelines. You don't have to follow the proposed rules as yet. These are not finally published. The book covers the annexure about these proposed rules also, so that you know what could be coming up. There are chapters on standard essential patents. The India now has Jan Vishwas Amendment Act provisions, which led to changes in our Patent Act also. For the penalty sections have been changed. Even those have been covered in this book. Biodiversity Act, which is a new act which now came in. The book comprises or contains the portions from that as well. So it's an up-to-date content in the book. These two book covers are no more available. Don't keep getting confused, please. The first book was by the LexisNexis. It's no more a publisher. Similarly, I have moved out from Notion Press publisher. I didn't like the way they were, rendering their services in terms of the book cover and the kind of pages that they used. But nevertheless, now I have a better publisher, which is Weitzman Law House. So you can use that and do convey any issues that you may find. And there is a WhatsApp group I have created for those who have purchased the book so that we can interact with each other. So anyway, I think this is what I wanted to share with all of you. And I would now stop here, and I think with this, I can wish you all the best for your exam. There is a contact, uh, phone number which is already provided. If you want to reach out, more than happy to do so. So I think there are. Anshu says my voice need to be stronger. Sorry, I'm seeing it now. I hope you all could see it. The video link form is not clear. Kindly share. The video link for forms is not clear. Okay. Design course, how to prepare, kindly guide. So, Durgesh, you don't have to prepare for the Design Act as yet, because it has been made clear by the CGPDTM. He also made announcement on the LinkedIn that Design Act won't be covered in 2024 question paper. So just focus on Indian Patent Act 1970. Mohammed is saying, will you send the mock test link? Mohammed, it is for those people who are already registered for the course. Preparing mock test takes a lot of effort, and then assessing it takes many hours, which which a teacher has to invest during weekend. So I hope you appreciate. Once you become the course student, you will definitely get all the mock tests and get it reviewed. Vidhi, 2021 book is an old book, because we now have new Biodiversity Act, we have new Jan Vishwas Amendment Provisions Act 2023, and there is a lot of content that has been updated. Vidhi, what you can do is in the content page, the last page, contact page, I have given you the link to one phone number. Please send a WhatsApp there, and I'll be happy to see if you can get the ebook at least, or buy a new version. Um, so, so I think that is it. Thank you so much, everybody, for hearing me out. And it's sharp 11:34, and I'll see you in the class. I hope you all would have got the class link. Thank you so much. Okay, so I see a